DeCastro, don't dream it's over. Yesterday's gathering of independent journalists in New Jersey without the presence of self-appointed leader Jose Chille DeCastro pretty much ended any hope of his strange idea of unionizing the former First Amendment auditors into any sort of union under his direct control. He's allegedly wanted to control the movement, which formerly focused on First Amendment auditing for years now. A document attributed to DeCastro, but later claimed to be fake, demanding fees from the other individuals in the community for use of his videos and to accept him as leader, was first sign of things to come in the winter of 2023. Yes, he denied it when it was leaked, along with an organization that he promoted of auditors grouped under his command, but it never happened, as like with everything DeCastro touches, it'll take years to go from brilliant idea to being birthed into the world. His current idea of unionizing the former First Amendment auditors came after he was released from jail a few weeks back. The added dues part was what stood out to me, as in he wants to find a way to monetize the work of others in support of, Chille DeCastro. The other independent journalists would pay him to report, and he might just maybe give them money to help them with travel costs or with lawyers should they poop the bed in an investigation gone wrong. This has no Jimmy Hoffa vibes at all, guys. So with DeCastro's union, there'd be a code of conduct set solely by DeCastro to follow while working on stories, and those that violated the code of conduct would have to forfeit their dues and leave the organization for the good of the organization. Right, folks? Much like digital detainment would work, as everyone in the world would agree they wouldn't run or fight or object to arrest, the honor system would work, as all the former auditors would just unite under his leadership and everyone would toe the line. Ah, sweet innocent Chille. There's not a chance in hell of that ever happening. Last week, DeCastro proposed some of those guidelines to his audience on his Thursday night live stream. The reaction of being nice to the police, cooperating with the lawful commands, and respectful because the judge is watching, was enough to cause his normal supporters to drop into deep depression or fits of laughter because Mr. Anarchy, Mr. Jackboot Thug Pigs couldn't be serious. With the revelation that his fans hated the message, he took a few days off, like he normally does when he does something extremely stupid, and apparently test marketed it to his friends and family, and was aghast, yes, aghast, that his friends and family didn't hate the police enough to care. Now imagine the auditors or independent journalists under his command. Yesterday, a mob gathered in New Jersey. It was between 2 dozen and 3 dozen independent journalists coming together to support Leonard Leroy Truth Filipowski. Leroy Truth is someone they like, but Leroy Truth bored them. Before he could get them assembled, at least 20 were running down the halls of Union City, New Jersey City Hall like a batch of gremlins in the classic movie Gremlins 2. One got himself arrested. The rest of them were hurling slurs at the officers. Some were whining, others were crying, and at least one was testing every officer's threshold to arrest by his being especially obnoxious and screaming that they were thugs. When Leroy Truth finally got enough of them reassembled to do his press conference, enough of them waddled off from Leroy Truth's meandering speech that the footage became more interesting than anything else going on at that moment in time. They were more entertaining than anything from the official channel and official speech of the movement, and not even Sean Paul Long Island Audit Riaz, the true leader of all the former auditors, could get them back under control. If DeCastro wasn't invited or declined to go to the event, he has no hope of leading the same individuals in any sort of union, and any sort of union is doomed for failure. DeCastro is no leader. Josh Abrams, James Freeman, or even LIA would roll their eyes at his leadership, and without them, there's no movement. Like it or not, DeCastro has never demonstrated the ability to lead, and they will eat him alive if he even tries. Our advice from here would be to admit that the union is a simple cash grab. Stop selling the 5A cop cards and come out with some line of universal press cards. Selling the idea of a simple card being recognized by all the police officers in the world as granting the bearers special powers beyond that of mortal men. A card that lets them do anything in the name of journalism. A card that says you'll fight for them in court if you're in trouble, and comes with a $20 low monthly fee for the right to call yourself a journalist. Oh God, I've created a monster. Don't dream it's over, Chille. The union won't work. But the Chille DeCastro Universal Press Pass, I get 50%, and not the phony baloney deal you offered Colin Campbell, cash on the dollar with every sale or I'm out. Act now, Chille. Your future is waiting.